Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to my lecture. The topic we are going to discuss today is the introduction to biochemistry. When it comes to biochemistry, then you can see this biochemistry is basically the combination of two words. One is the bio and the other one is the chemistry. So bio is basically the study of life and the chemistry is the chemical reactions, chemical processes that are taking place in living organisms. So that basically the definition of biochemistry is that it is concerned with the chemical and the physiochemical processes as well as substances which occur within the living organisms. So, this is the biochemistry where the biology meets chemistry. It is basically focuses on the chemical reactions, the chemical processes that are actually taking place in living organisms. And now, to our surprise, let me tell you one thing that these living organisms, whether it's me, whether it's you, all of us, all living organisms, these are made up of few elements. And these elements basically includes, these are the, you can say these are the major elements that are these living organisms are basically made up of these major elements. These includes 65% of oxygen, and these include 18% of carbon, 10% of hydrogen, 3% of nitrogen, 2% of calcium, and the 2% of the other elements. Now, what to do with these elements? These elements, namely oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, and other elements, these basically combine together to make the macromolecules. Macromolecules are the large molecules, these are the big molecules. So, these macromolecules are basically made up of from these major elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, calcium, and the other trace elements. These macromolecules can be proteins. As here you can see, these macromolecules, these can be proteins, these can be carbohydrates, these can be lipids, and these can be nucleic acids. Now, these macromolecules, these are also called as the biomolecules. So, in short, the biochemistry is also the focuses on the, it basically concerned with the study of these biomolecules, study of proteins, study of carbohydrates, study of lipids, and study of the nucleic acids as well. Now, this is the term biochemistry is basically coined by the Carl Newberg in 1903, and he is also regarded as the father of biochemistry because this he coined the term biochemistry. Now, when we talk about the definition of biochemistry, though, it's very simple. It's basically deals with the study of it deals with the chemical reactions and the physiochemical processes as well as those substances which are occurring inside the living organisms. So when it comes to the why we talk about biochemistry, why biochemistry is so important, what does biochemistry, why does biochemistry actually matters? Now, it is very important because it help us understand diseases, it help us understand and study nutrition. It is basically uncovers the secrets of the life itself. It is the foundation of the modern biology and the medical research. Now, when we see what is basically the cell is, now these, let me minimize it. Now, when we see that these macromolecules, these DNA, these proteins, these lipids, these are made up of from those elements, those major elements. These elements combine together and make the macromolecules. जिनको हम we are basically saying these are the biomolecules. Now, these biomolecules together will make the complex organelles. These organelles like mitochondria, nucleus, Golgi bodies. These are basically present inside the cell. And as we know that the cell is the structural and functional unit of the living organisms, and every living organism is made up of the cell, and the cell is containing the major the organelles. These organelles is basically, these are made up of from uh, these DNA, these proteins, these lipids that are basically referred to as the biomolecules. Now, when we say that biochemistry is where the biology meets chemistry, what does that mean is it is basically focuses on the chemical reactions, it is basically focuses on the chemical processes and the molecules that keep living organisms alive. Now, it is actually the beginner friendly introduction to biochemistry. So, biochemistry is the science that basically explores the life at the molecular level. It also has many branches. It can these branches can be enzymology, that basically looks at how enzymes speed up the reactions. It combines with the metabolism, that basically examines how our body produces and uses energy. It deals with the molecular genetics, that basically explains how DNA and RNA that makes proteins. And these four key biomolecules that are basically carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids. Carbohydrate basically they provide energy, and the proteins basically act as enzymes, and the lipids build up the cell membrane, and the nucleic acids they basically carry the genetic information. Now, all of you know that enzymes are basically the catalyst. They speed up the reactions without being used up, and ATP is the energy currency of the cell. Now, biochemistry, when it comes to the real life applications, then biochemistry really has a world impact. It helps us to diagnose the diseases, it helps us to study the nutrition, it basically help us to create new drugs. So in short, biochemistry basically help us understand how life works. So it's all about today's lecture. Thanks for watching, and if you find it helpful, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. And see you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.